let's all get behind England, shall we?
Yeah, we got to do that.
Yeah. The England squad, of course, has been updated since Mark Gay pulled out.
As has become the tradition.
Yes, there's always one or two, isn't there? Nick Pope has left the squad as well. James Trafford has been called up to replace him, and Trevoh Chalobah has replaced Mark Gay. Gentlemen, let's have a deep dive on that, shall we? Well, I mean, look, James Trafford, I understand. Some people might have him third choice. Nick Pope, there you are.
Well, Nick Pope should be third choice because Nick Pope plays football matches all the time and James Trafford does not.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the end of that then.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
No, I'm not.
How much of a deeper dive do you want than that?
I never asked for
James Trafford
seriously.
made one of the oddest transfer moves for a goalkeeper in recent memory. And
that was before Donnarumma was there, though.
That's what I'm saying. But they didn't just decide overnight, did they?
Yeah. Trevoh Chalobah, Vish.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know. Beyond the fact that he is a ball player out the back and it fits the profile of someone Thomas Tuchel might want his players to train against. And I mean that sincerely because
you're a sparring partner.
Yeah, because he's not going to replace Mark Gay, but as we saw with Jarrell Quansah when he initially came into the squad as an injury replacement, he clearly did enough to earn Tuchel's trust and be in subsequent squads since. So, I mean, fair play to Chalobah. Like he's had quite an interesting career arc in recent times, given that it looked like he was on his way out at Chelsea. Then they called him back in January, and he did. But he looked like he was on his way out from Chelsea.
Well, it did. It was a surprise. I mean, obviously it was injuries that did it, and people were thinking, like myself included, let him play.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. And then he ends up playing, I think, a week or two after his recall, and pretty much has been ever present beyond injury to a point.
Yeah. And he's earned this call-up. I appreciate it wasn't in the original squad.
He's earned exactly what this call-up is. I'd agree with that. Like as an injury replacement to someone. You
mentioned Jarrell Quansah, obviously playing at Bayer Leverkusen. He had a difficult start to the season. Not his fault. It was because Erik Ten Hag was still in charge.
It's Ten Hag's fault, yeah.
Yeah, and then he left. But he's been ever present in the Bayer Leverkusen starting lineup. And one that I'd sort of not forgotten about, of course, because he's playing for a big side and featured in the England under-21s Euros win. But he's in there and he's in contention. The guy's getting minutes. And I also thought to myself, oh yeah, like I understand he wanted to go and he didn't play that much at all for Liverpool, and I get the fact that they're offered a decent fee, but they may be thinking, maybe we should have kept hold of him.
I don't think.
I mean, I'm not trying to be too wise after the event. I'm just sort of wondering that. But
with the greatest of respect to him and all who sail in him, I don't think that Jarrell Quansah still being at Anfield would have solved many of them.
No, and I totally understand why that was kind of good for everybody, which is why he never got called a rat, for example.
No, he didn't, and he's playing, as you said. So if he's playing and he's playing at a good level, I don't watch much Bundesliga, so I couldn't attest to that. I mean, I'll take your word for it. Then I understand it. He's also been around the England squad quite a lot. So you got characters that perhaps the manager likes. Good, good mix and a blend with the rest of the team, etc., etc. Then that's fine. I mean, on Chalobah, I like him as a player. I think he's actually good. And I think, as Vish says, he's good with the ball at his feet. Chelsea haven't really conceded that many goals recently, and he always plays. And so, they are a team who've troubled the top part of the Premier League for a long time. And the fact that he's essentially I think he's played 10 Premier League games out of 11, would tell you that he's a solid proposition. Also, at the age of 26. And maybe that leads into what Vish was saying about his career arc, perhaps. At the age of 26, only one England cap, which maybe shows you the strength of the blend that we've had before. But I think I'm not at all perturbed by him being called up. I think if you look at it retrospectively, he's perhaps a little bit unlucky not to have been called up before that. So I'm pleased for him.
Something we can't overlook. He won the Club World Cup in the States, didn't he?
Exactly.
He started in the final.
He knows the nation.
He knows the nation.
World. He knows the world.
He knows.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
he knows the planet.
One might say, regrettably, knows the president. Celebrated with the president. Yes. Perhaps unbeknown to him.
It does. It is.
I think he knew who the president was.
No, I said he didn't realise he may have stayed on the platform when they celebrated.
That much choice. Yeah.
But you're right. I mean,
Are you a goalkeeper as well?
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder if though there's just a teensy little bit of has been over there, knows the weather and all that kind of stuff. I know it's laughable and ridiculous.
That is a ridiculous thing to say, Marcus.
No, but it's a teensy little bonus.
It's not.
It's less ridiculous to say that having met the president, he might be able to affect foreign policy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the Juventus team did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they know?
Well, they were a part of that announcement of something about Iran, wasn't it? They were all looking around going, we didn't sign up for this.
Nah,
Oh, dear. But what do you think about the policy? Again,
not for us.
I'm not here
not
for that.
For us. So are you suggesting?
I think it's a Brucey bonus.
Okay, yeah, but I want to just relay it back to you to see if you want to stick with it.
Yeah.
So because Trevoh Chalobah
Don't do me dirty.
spent some time in the United States
Very successful time.
last summer,
Yeah.
it would be a factor.
No, I never said that, did I?
You said it's a bonus.
I said
Factor.
it's a teensy little bonus.
Okay, it's a bonus then.
Yeah, what is a bonus though?
Thomas Tuchel's thinking in his mind,
Yeah.
this man has got an Esther sorted already, presumably,
Yeah.
and he's already been to the US. So it'll be less admin for us,
Yeah.
and he knows the weather.
If that is a bonus, then who am I to
You've
argue?
still got another year on that.
Yeah, you haven't got to worry about it. It will last for 2 years, Vish.
Yeah.
Only cost you, I think, $21 or something.
That's why Cole Palmer's not sweating until
No.
he gets out there.
No, he's actually trademarked not sweating.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
indeed.
But more on Andrew Matbat and Windsor later. No, he's in the running order.
He
I
is
didn't
in the running
I didn't put him
order,
in there. So just stay tuned is all I'm saying.
Thomas Tuchel has said Myles Lewis-Skelly needs to play more if he wants a chance to go to the World Cup. And he said, and I quote, Lewis-Skelly has to be more than a good tourist.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah, that is interesting. I do feel a bit for Myles Lewis-Skelly here because the thing he's fallen foul of is the fact that Arsenal like to play in two different ways, specifically with their left back. And, the way he does it is actually more conducive to what England want in that, he's quite energetic and can take the ball into midfield without really overly committing. Whereas Calafiori, when he does it for Arsenal, ends up essentially on the edge of the box a lot of the time when Arsenal have the ball. And that's what Arteta quite likes. And so he is not necessarily plan B, but he's a different plan for Arsenal. And then because of that, he is not playing. But when he plays, he's quite important for Arsenal.
I know what you mean.
So I feel a bit for him there. And I don't necessarily disagree with what Tuchel's saying.
The other factor is that in microcosm, it's a real example of how brutal the very top level of football is, because who's come along and probably usurped him? Nico O'Reilly, who comes in and plays left back. He's not really a natural left back that we think of, but he is left-footed, and he puts in a performance where he just keeps, admittedly, a kind of quite subpar Mo Salah quiet, but contributes a lot as well. And all of a sudden, before you know it, it's the old saying, isn't it? 1 minute you're the cock of the walk, the next minute you're a feather duster, right?
Yeah, yeah.
6 months hence, he's now not even in squads, and he's not playing regularly for his team. So it can be very, very, I think, emotionally impactful for such a young person to be subjected to that. But that's what top level football's all about, really. I mean, it wouldn't be a massive surprise now. Things can change, of course, but England have qualified already, so there's not that much at stake to make a big impression. And it wouldn't be a huge surprise now to see, the left-back choices for England don't include Myles Lewis-Skelly come next summer, which would have been not unthinkable, but surprising, wouldn't it, Marcus, a number of months ago. So I think it's just how football can be sometimes. Very cruel.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
A very cruel mistress.
Because of exactly what you say, top level football, and also how young players are excelling in top level football, that you can get old very quickly.
Yeah. I mean, the left back area is somewhere that's up for grabs. I mean, in the squad, he sees Dan Burn as a centre half, really, but I mean, we know he can play left back. Otherwise, O'Reilly and the right-footed Jed Spence. I still, have a hangover from what happened at Euro 2024, of course. But I mean, Lewis Hall is one that people would like to see when he's fit again. He tweaked his hamstring. What was it, last month when he came on for Newcastle, and I think it was in the Champions League. And he's a player I think people think, well, he could have a good cup. He's still very young, and there's not that many squads left. But I mean, again, we can overanalyze this because people can be called up if they have a decent back end of the season and you get in there. And he has been in England squads before.
He's played for England, hasn't he, Lewis Hall?
Indeed, he has. Yeah. So I just want to. I still think Luke Shaw's not dead and buried in the conversation. but there we are.
He's never dead and buried when you're in the conversation, Marcus. That we can be absolutely certain.
What about Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right side of defence? He's been left out of Thomas Tuchel's squad, of course.
I don't think I've ever talked more about a player than Trent Alexander-Arnold. We cannot get away from talking about him. Even when he's playing, when he's not playing, when he's moving, when he's not moving, when he's in the England squad, when he's not in the England squad. It's remarkable to me.
Really?
Yeah.
But isn't that? I mean, yeah.
He's not in the squad because he's not playing for Real Madrid. That's it.
But why is he in the running order, Luke?
Because you put him in there, presumably.
Well, no.
He's on the way in. You do that thing with the live doc where you type it on the tube.
Yeah.
And you chuck in things that you want to talk about.
Well, I mean, I put this in because you've already mentioned it, wanted to talk about this. Times journalist Sophia Money Coots, great name.
Stop there.
Yep.
Times journalist Sophia Money Coots. Yeah, we are a bunch of absolute snivelling twats as a country, aren't we? Where we've got people in positions of power called that.
Really?
Yeah, judge her for that name.
Okay. I like that. I do like the. I mean,
You're
I'm
really...
probably in no position to have a go at people's surnames, but
Of course you are.
I do like the fact that Coots is like a
private bank for
famous
billionaires.
private bank.
Yeah.
Middle name, Money.
Yeah.
No, but it's not middle name. That's the two surnames.
Former.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's a double-barreled name, which possibly makes it worse.
Yeah.
Look.
Former features director for Tatler magazine. We know what she's all about.
Look, I don't look. I
Have
think
you read the back of Tatler magazine?
No.
It is basically like Lonely Hearts, but for rich people. It's quite funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you think of someone you know less likely to read Tatler magazine than me?
To be fair,
Marcus.
I think I'm less likely than you.
But that's any book.
Yeah. Well, it's not a book, is it?
Oh, magazine then.
Look at him.
What?
Defended himself. I'll control my narrative.
Like a good book.
If only Trent could do that, and the man we're about to talk
Look,
about.
I was going to say, look, I think you're getting in the way here. And she is a member.
She is.
She is a member of the Coots private banking dynasty, by the way.
How did you get a job in journalism?
Exactly. The mind boggles, doesn't
how
it?
did you get yours?
Yeah. How did you get yours?
Working bloody hard.
Yeah. That's not true.
Well, anyway, you're getting in the way because you're judging this poor woman on her name.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try and appease you, thinking that she's.
I've started this by saying judge her.
Yeah.
And you're saying steady on.
Yeah. Don't judge her. Let's
Judge on its merits. Judge it maybe on the merits of the point she's making.
Exactly.
Yeah. Judge her on her work.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Fair enough.
So she suggested that Trent Alexander-Arnold, with the hyphenated surname, could act as some form of inspiration to the now former royal Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, who should maybe hyphenate the Mountbatten Windsor.
Yeah. She said.
What was it? Why?
She said that Andrew should be down with the. She said Andrew should be down with the kids and hyphenate his name like Trent Alexander-Arnold. Let the judgment commence.
We found someone who thinks that Prince Andrew, the former Prince Andrew, should be more down with the kids.
Oh.
Yeah. And now we can judge the whole...
Hey, you want to get back to the England squad now, do you?
Yeah.
Is that what you want? Do you want to talk about Luke Shaw?
You know that bit in
No,
Train...
I do actually want to stick on this.
You know that bit in Train Spotting where I can't remember exactly who's saying it, but it's the gang talking about how we have a big pop at the English, but actually we're worse than them because we're ruled by those fucking bastards.
Right.
And so that makes us worse.
Yeah, when they're in the countryside.
Yeah. Whereas we're the normal people and we're having a go at these guys, but this is the ruling class.
I'm not having a go at them.
Well, I am, and they're the ones.
I will be in a sec.
They're the ones. They're the ones ruling over us.
Yeah,
they're the ones. And this is some of the serious points that are being made.
All right, Karl Marx, start a revolution then.
The Times of London is the newspaper of record in this country, and that's some of the stuff that's in there.
Well, rise them up. You've got your nation.
I don't want to rise up.
Do you
the nation are on their knees since last Friday. Since last Friday's performance.
Join forces.
But I'll say what. Let me just say something very quickly to the nation directly.
Yeah.
You didn't turn on me, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'll always be here for you. I'll always lead the Luke Nation. Thank you for your support. Despite what happened on Friday.
Yeah.
Vish cheating, basically.
Well, anyway.
No, hold on.
Oh, you want your say?
But why has she picked Alexander-Arnold?
Yeah, why is he catching strays from this? He's had enough to deal with.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. If anything, it should be the Spanish royal family having a pop at him.
Yeah.
They do.
Does she think Mountbatten?
No, it's Mountbatten Windsor.
Well,
not
whatever.
Mountbatten.
I don't know.
Yeah. Come on.
Have a bit of respect for a former royal. Anyway, there are rumours. Let's get back to football, if we may. There are rumours that Ivan Toney fancies move back to the Premier League this January. Spurs and Everton have both been mentioned as possible suitors. Now, we spoke about Toney with regard to the England squad. And I think that's why the chat is really happening. It's not outrageous that a chap who went to Saudi when he was clearly better than that at the age he was suddenly thinks, hang on a minute here, there's a potential gap for a backup for Harry Kane. Now, of course, he went to the Euros in 2024 with Ollie Watkins also as backup to Kane. So,
And was ahead of him in many...
Watkins was ahead. In the build-up, there was suggestions.
Yeah, but then I feel like for certain Kane-like moments,
Yep.
it was Toney, and when it was like, right, we could do someone who could actually jog at least.
Yes.
It was Watkins.
Yeah. I mean, I just think for penalty shootouts alone, he should be in there.
Yeah.
To let you know how he's been getting on, some may not care about these stats, but I think one should mention them. He scored 41 in 59 games, which includes 11 in 15 this season. He won the Asia Champions League equivalent last season. So he's doing all right, but I appreciate...
So he's got his medals and now he's happy.
That's right.
He's completed it.
There you go.
Yeah.
And they're gateway medals to greater medals, perhaps.
Yeah. He also knows what it's like to be in a warm country.
Get him in.
Yeah, there we go. That's a great angle.
It's another bonus, isn't
exactly. If anything, he's going to think it's cold in America in the summer.
Yeah.
Compared to what he's had
Thomas
to deal
Tuchel
with.
just scouring the A-League, being like, fucking hell, it looks hot in Perth.
Yeah.
Do with a few of them.
Well, is that why you're going to the Ashes? Prepare yourself.
Exactly.
Bit of warm weather training.
Well, you should say to Myles Lewis-Skelly, if you look, stay in Europe, but if you want to get in the England team, get a move to Sevilla.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
That's it.
Have you thought about Kerala Tuskers?
There you go.
So Al Ahly, a hyphenated team. If that is
very cool. I did think as soon as you said that, I was
of
like,
interest
that's cool.
to Sofia Munikuc.
That's why the kids like them.
Yeah, exactly. They beat Kawasaki Frontale of Japan in
2-0
in the final in May. Look, joking aside for 1 second, there is room for a striker. There's room for a striker in that England squad. We talked about it on YouTube, didn't we, Marcus, last week? We said we did it in the context of Danny Welbeck, saying Danny Welbeck's linking with the England squad in the press is a meritorious claim because of how good a season he's had. That Tuchel's decided not to do that. That's up to him. Obviously, that's his job. But there is a striker-shaped gap in that squad because at the moment it looks like Kane, obviously, a very underperforming, quite underwhelming current iteration of Ollie Watkins, and probably, as we said, a repurposed Marcus Rashford as the third choice striker.
Because Solanke's had so many injuries and stuff.
Solanke's now definitely going to be out to the new year, we're led to believe. So Toney, I'm not surprised that Toney sniffs an opportunity there, but there's a few things in his way. The problem with Toney is clearly that he's capable as a player and a good striker, but he's also capable of making outrageously poor decisions about his own career, whether that be betting offences, moves, or whatever. And I don't think it's as straightforward as a lot of people think, just to go, well, in January I'll just find a Premier League club. I mean, it's not as easy as that. He's been linked with Spurs.
Which is obvious with Thomas Frank there.
Yeah, and also because Colin Wine, he's also broken his jaw, so he's out for a bit of time. So that really, they've just got Richarlison.
How
many forwards have got to tell? You know what I mean?
If he can find a move, then great. And then he's got to perform, right? So, I mean, the thing with Tell is that maybe people who see him play more than me would disagree with this. Matthias Tell isn't really a striker. He's a kind of wide forward.
Like most forward players are these days.
Yeah, and so that's a separate point because Spurs are Spurs and they have a lot of injuries. And if I was a Spurs fan, I'd be tremendously frustrated by that. But the reality is, Spurs with the Frank fit as well, Marcus, as you rightly say, would be a nice landing spot for him. But it's not as easy as that. You can't just do it like that. You have to make sure that the move can actually happen. The team want him, the money's there, etc., etc. Al Ahly would be prepared to let him go, blah, blah, blah. So, and then he's got to perform. And let's be honest, Spurs haven't been a consistent performance side this season anyway. So he could come to Spurs, he could make all the logistic stuff happen and still not score goals. And then he won't be in there anyway. So I don't think it's as easy as people are kind of talking about.
Ahead of the World Cup, we've got a FIFA update on how some of the admin and how it may shape out in North America. Because at this point, I mean, it feels so far away because it's not that far away. And when you get little hints of the World Cup, I know,
get a bit excited.
Yeah, exactly. You do. It is. It's almost a bit like when you're a kid. And the leaves change and you go, oh, Christmas is not that far away. You think, well, it still is a bit, but you're kind of like, you're feasting on any little crumb you can find. So we've had an update about FIFA and World Cup happenings. They've set their car parking prices for the games.
Get that done. Get that squared away.
Yeah. For $75 or $175 or there in between, you can park your car.
Great. Good to know.
Yeah.
The great thing is, famously in the US, you probably won't need to avail yourself of that because the public transport is so good.
Yes, exactly.
So you don't worry about it.
If you've been to the Rose Bowl, there's a tube stop right outside.
There was also, I don't know if you guys know of an outlet called...
$175. We live in London. Parking is ridiculous here.
Yeah.
That is nothing.
No, it's mad. But there's an outlet called The Upshot who do all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Don't worry about checking about that much. Obviously, a poor man's ramble, but they did a really good bit about how FIFA have adjusted the ticket resale situation, where they've brought it all in house rather than using an approved ticket reseller. They've now made it a FIFA ticket resale, and they were going into detail, and it is amazing. So basically, if you buy a ticket for a FIFA World Cup game and you can't go for whatever reason, you can resell it through FIFA, and FIFA takes something like 10% of every transaction.
10%.
So you buy the ticket, pay the fee you have to pay to buy the ticket in the first place, which is a nonsense, resell it, you then pay 10% of the resale you get to FIFA again, and the person buying the ticket from FIFA also pays a fee. It is an absolute, it's the definition of a racket.
It's genius.
It's also genius, isn't it?
It is genius, you have to say.
Mad.
Do you have to say? Maybe you don't. I don't know. Well, something we can look forward to at next year's World Cup is almost certainly seeing Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, Portugal, they haven't qualified yet. If they beat Ireland tomorrow, they will confirm their place. But Cristiano Ronaldo will be playing. He's decided that. But he's also decided that it will be his last World Cup, Vish.
Yeah, fine. I mean, he's old, so that is part of it.
Fine. I won't believe this until the first ball is kicked at the 2030 World Cup.
Yeah, and maybe my reaction is also down to that. Like, obviously, the end's going to come, and he's been one of the best two players in my, in my football watching life. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, it's about time, isn't it?
Yeah. He'll be 45 in 2030.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a massive revelation, that, is it? It's more of a confirmation than breaking news.
I know.
Cristiano Ronaldo wants to score 1,000 goals. Then once he does that, that's how he's going to retire, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He's 47 away, apparently, for club and country. So
yeah,
that's how it's going to be.
Staying with Ronaldo for just a brief moment longer, he was speaking about Saudi at a recent tourism forum, and he said, "I am one of them. I am a Saudi guy."
Where was he saying that?
In Saudi.
Yeah. Specifically the Saudi Tourism Forum.
Yeah. As the song goes, I'm just a Saudi guy.
Very nice. Yeah, I mean, he's basically fashioned himself as a supervillain. Yeah. He's got to the point now where the press and the media and people like us can essentially mould anything he says into making him sound like a supervillain. By the same kind of token, though, he is actually saying these things. I just wish he would go full tilt with this. Like if he just went all in, like reworking Burt Bacharach's fine piece, "Girl." I don't think it's his vibe, is it? Okay. I don't. This guy's a Saudi guy. Stop fucking singing. Okay. Right. You have never said that to me ever. I was wanting you to get involved there. I don't want to get involved. Okay. I want to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. We have. His music taste is probably just David Guetta. He'll be on. That's it. Yeah, but David Guetta. He's having a bit of Pitbull, surely. Maybe a bit of Pitbull. I can see him having a bit of Pitbull. Yeah. David Guetta, the set he did at the start of COVID. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. He saw that and thought, "That's great stuff. Yeah, that's a bit of me." He can help. Yeah. Perhaps a bit of Ricky Martin. Nah, I don't see that. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Too retro for him, perhaps. Maybe. Well, he's in his 40s. He is. So he should be at the same kind of cultural touch points as us, really. Yeah, true. What, are you into Martin? No, I don't mind a bit of Ricky Martin. He definitely bangs. No, she did. She bangs. Come on, get it right. You telling me you can't imagine Cristiano Ronaldo cutting up a dance floor to "She Bangs" by Ricky Martin? I don't see it. I definitely can. No. Tiny little pair of Speedos on. Well, okay, I'm on board now. Yeah. Now, before we go for a much-needed break... I feel exhausted. I definitely need one. I feel absolutely fucking knackered. Just want to say that the Under-17 World Cup is well underway. England are... If you were worried. Yeah. Well, don't worry. Again, if you can't wait till next summer. Oh, guess where it's being hosted? You got a 50-50 chance. Have a guess. Saudi. Oh, Qatar. It was the other one. It's the other one. Yeah. No, it's in Qatar. You're absolutely right. Did you see that New Caledonia were they're involved? Beaten 16-0 by Morocco. They're involved, kind of. Yeah. I should say, though, that they were down to 9 men for most of that game, so it doesn't look that bad. They should have picked 11 then. Yeah. Morocco, no. They got a man set off in the 22nd minute, the man set off in the 31st minute. Morocco had 81 shots. Yeah. which is an amazing number given that the ball's only in play for 60 minutes ish. So and then New Caledonia had 3 shots themselves. So 84 shots in total.
Yeah.
It's well over 1 shot a minute.
It is. But England under-17s are there. They are they're doing okay. They lost to Venezuela in the first round in the group stage. A team who they beat, of course, in the final of, I think it was the under-20 World Cup, when Dominic Calvert-Lewin got the win.
Right.
Anyway, enough of that. Now, all 3 of us will be back tomorrow to preview England's game against Serbia in the 7th round of World Cup qualifiers. So do not worry. We're with you all the way, everybody. Now, coming up after this, José Mourinho leaves his mark at Fenerbahçe.
Guys, sorry, you're live on Sky News. Your reaction to the win?
We lost.
Sorry, reaction to the loss. Apologies. Reaction to the loss?
Shit.
Welcome back to the Football Ramble, everybody.
Journalist Sophia Money Coots there interviewing a Welsh football fan.
Yeah, very true. Gentlemen, a Chinese restaurant in Manchester has named a dish after Erling Haaland after he visited the establishment following Manchester City's 3-0 win over Liverpool. He ordered a triple roast meat dish, duck and 2 kinds of pork.
Brilliant.
Sounds great.
That is so good.
Duck is
Yeah.
a very underrated meat.
I love
Said
it.
it before.
Ooh, is it underrated?
Not
Oh,
underrated
yeah.
by me. Not by me.
No.
Not by you two,
No.
but I think just generally, you don't see it that much, and you bloody should.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what
maybe,
you mean.
Maybe.
It would that dish will be now known as the Haaland Special at the Happy Seasons. A very happy season.
Give them a nice plug.
Yeah, well, they deserve it, don't they?
I think they do.
If Erling's
Yeah.
going there,
Yeah.
then everybody should be going there.
Yeah.
Competition for wings, though.
And for those, yeah, definitely competition for wings.
Although wings, I think more Manchester United, though.
A new Chinese restaurant's entered the chat. Maybe this could be Man City's wings.
Yeah, could be.
Could be, couldn't it?
Yeah.
And for those people who are thinking they're only doing this story because it's International Week, bollocks. We'd do this every fucking show.
Damn right we
That's
would.
We'd definitely
Yeah.
do this off the back of a Haaland scoring a goal in the Premier League.
And here's another story. We'd definitely do it any time. José Mourinho, of course, left Fenerbahçe, fairly recently before going back to Benfica. He left under a bit of a cloud. He said that it was not up to his level, didn't he? He said if there was one job he kind of regrets, it would be Fenerbahçe.
Which is great for Spurs fans because before he went
yeah, I
to
thought-
Fenerbahçe,
yeah.
he was saying that the only club he didn't really like was Levy's club,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, so he's changed his tune
Yeah,
there.
he now likes Spurs.
Yeah, because when he said, didn't he? When he said, well, there was one club I regret, I thought, oh, that's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
And Fenerbahçe, and I thought, okay, they've
Imagine if he said, there is one club I fucking would never want to go back to, it's Chelsea. Imagine if he said that.
Well, he already went back there.
He did go back there.
Yeah.
He did.
And he was
Absolutely.
seen there at Stamford Bridge the other night in a
Yeah,
very
he loves
tepid
it.
1-0 loss.
He loves Chelsea and they love him.
Of course they do, and they should love him. Fenerbahçe, though, will they love him? I don't think they will. He didn't quite cut the mustard there, but he would argue that the club wasn't up to his level. Turkish football wasn't. He was moaning a lot.
He was moaning a lot about some kind of perceived corruption, which has then been shown to be the case as well. So it's worth mentioning that.
Yeah.
There's been a massive scandal in Turkish football about corruption.
I always thought of him as a whistleblower, and it's proved to be the case.
Maybe a stop clock more than a whistleblower, but that it has proven itself to be the case. We should make that clear. In Mourinho's defence, he was saying things like some of these refereeing decisions are absolutely baffling, and then what transpired, and people can look it up because I can't be bothered to do the legal tiptoeing on this show.
Would you fancy him?
Look
Would you fancy him being a pundit on the BBC or
I
ITV?
fancy being a pundit anywhere at all times.
For the
I
World
think,
Cup?
I think he's a very good pundit.
Or again, are we still getting starry-eyed and we think, you know what, it is better if he's punditing in Portugal, he's over there, but we can get the tidbits.
Yeah, so we basically filter out all the other shit.
Yeah.
No, I'd like him in there. Bang.
Yeah.
The charisma's too great to not be there. I think he needs to be there.
He could be miserable, though. And then,
I want him and Roy Keane together.
That'd be lovely.
I think that's something we can all get behind. Well, he's reportedly left Fenerbahçe with a very large bill for hotel expenses after he left. He was staying at a very fancy
How
hotel.
did he check out? It's
Yeah.
almost impossible
Yeah.
to check out of a hotel without without having to-
laundry basket.
Yeah, it would have been classic.
Well,
Down the chute.
he was
Straight into the Bosphorus.
just a laundry basket going.
Oh.
What's in there? Nothing. Followed by like 10 suitcases.
yeah. John Terry's at the bottom of the speedboat. All right, Gaffer, we're off.
Yeah.
It was a very luxurious hotel, as you can imagine.
I've actually been there.
The Four Seasons.
I've been to the Four Seasons in Istanbul. I went to a wedding there. It's a beautiful place.
Wedding there.
Yeah, I didn't stay
Blimey.
there. I went to a wedding there though.
Very nice, Luke
Yeah,
Moore.
yeah.
Like the circles, was it a Money Coots wedding?
It wasn't. But
Wouldn't
the
put it-
person who was
wouldn't put it
getting
past you.
married, the person who's getting married actually works in the hotel industry, which may have been the clue. And she's Turkish, so that's probably why.
There you are.
It was a beautiful spot though. Really, very nice.
Well, if it's good enough for Mourinho. I mean, I have stayed at the Lowry in Manchester,
which is where he left his last big hotel, of course. Yeah.
Which is a nice hotel.
Yeah.
And it wonderfully overlooks the Manchester Canal. But he stayed there for 15 months. José Mourinho. And it is currently unclear who will foot the £650,000 bill.
Yeah. I mean, that is a lot of money.
Yeah.
If you bear in mind that like 15 months is roughly like 60 weeks, right? And it's a £650,000 bill. I'm just doing a little quick bit of maths here.
Go on, do it.
That's a lot of money a week.
Yeah.
A lot of money. It's
a lot of room service, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was envisaging a lot of room service, but in like a Home Alone 2 style situation where he's just ordering the desserts.
Yeah.
Having one bite of each.
Watching Angels with Dirty Faces.
Yeah.
Angels with Filthy Souls, as it's called now. But it's like basically 10 grand a week, right? So it's like 1,200, 1,300 quid a night.
Which probably makes sense for that hotel and the suite.
Get him a house.
Yeah.
Get him a house.
He doesn't like a house.
No.
He wants a
Wonder
hotel.
why. I wonder why that is.
Yeah.
I want someone to change the sheets every day.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I've often said that if I was a multi-millionaire, that would be the one luxury I'd definitely indulge in.
What,
Having like clean, fresh sheets every night.
Yeah.
I think that'd be nice.
Fair enough.
I've often thought that.
Yeah. Mine would be fresh raw milk in the morning.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Speaking of people having a home, did you see all the way in Spain that Lionel Messi went home to the Nou Camp? He reportedly entered the Nou Camp at around midnight on Sunday without contacting anyone at Barcelona Football Club to ask permission. Now, he's in Spain for Argentina. They've got a couple of friendlies in this international window. And Messi, as Guillaume Balaguer was talking on his Twitter feed, was saying he could have flown directly to Alicante from Miami, or he could have gone via Madrid, but he chose to go through Barcelona, which is a ever so slightly more lengthy and sort of awkward route, but it's not really hugely. But he wanted to go and see the new stadium that's being built, which I think will be ready in like 2027 or something. There's still a little bit of a way off. And this is quite an interesting story because Messi was there. We saw the photos of him. If you haven't seen them, they're on socials and so on. And he's standing pitch side in the dark, as in the lights are on, but it's clearly at night, as the reports suggest. And there was like no fanfare, absolutely nothing. It almost like he snuck in. And the club say that Messi went to the stadium and requested permission from Limac security staff to access the pitch. And then that Limac then forwarded the inquiry to Barcelona, who said, yeah, no problem. In you come, Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
Interestingly, though, sources close to Messi and Mr. Guillaume Balaguer are saying that's bollocks. He never had any chat with Barcelona Football Club. He's gone to Limac, the security team, who are looking after the stadium at the moment, and he said, "Oh, let us in," kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Well, obviously we're going to do that because why was, as Balaguer was saying, why was there zero fanfare? If this was Barcelona Football Club, there would be some kind of official photo.
You could make money out of that.
Completely.
Yeah, so even just socials and stuff.
Yeah. He's saying there's absolutely no way that Barcelona Football Club went, yeah, fine, just whenever you want, turn up, they'll let you in, kind of thing. Because Messi is still apparently very hurt by what happened, how he had to leave Barcelona when he never wanted to. And Joan Laporta, who was the one who said, I'll sort it out, and so on and so forth, and basically buggered it all up.
Yeah. And he's also still president.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Messi he doesn't want anything to do with Laporta or Barcelona while he's there. Although at some point he's thinking him and his family want to relocate.
It's quite a flex.
Or go back rather to Barcelona and kind of live there, and it'll be an ambassador for the club and all that kind of
it's
good
quite
stuff.
A flex, like
it is
to do it in this way, isn't it?
I mean, I wanted to hear that he basically broke in. That would have been brilliant.
Yeah.
But as we understand it, it was the security.
But if Cristiano Ronaldo did this to Real Madrid, would we be slagging him off?
No, I don't.
Would we get our typical arrogant behaviour from Cristiano?
I don't know. I think if he was at the odds with the president and snuck in, that would be funny to mug off Perez, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Ronaldo would like try and vault the fences, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
And Messi would get his bodyguard to like throw him over.
Yeah. He'd get Rodrigo de Paul to do it for him.
Stick him in a catapult.
Yeah.
Who's the big guy? Look, yeah, the big guy who's by the touchline.
The one who runs along the touchline.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was an amazing bit of footage of Messi playing in MLS the other day, where I don't know if it's been cut kind of unfairly to the MLS player whose name I can't remember, which probably tells its own story. But there's a little coming together where this player that's playing against Messi gets up in Messi's face and like tries to kind of get amongst it, like intimidate him. And I think
this will work.
Yeah, exactly. And then it just the video I saw just cuts to 2 nutmegs in a row
Yeah, I mean, come on.
from the 64-year-old Lionel Messi.
I know, like, I understand you're full of
Against
beans.
the 23-year-old MLS player or whatever it is.
Yeah, no, fair play to
Thanks
him.
for turning our league into a circus, mate.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh dear. Now staying with their former Barcelona men, Neymar currently playing for Santos, of course, in Brazil, the side where he left to go to Barcelona originally. Now a clip has emerged of him where he's
This
playing
is amazing.
he's playing for Santos and he's getting a bit fed up that they keep playing the ball long. And he's thinking, come on, pass out from the back, the Barcelona way, all that kind of stuff. Neymar looks like he's playing as a number 9.
Yeah.
He's
Right up there, isn't he? Yeah.
he's on point. And they're about to take a goal kick, and he goes chugging all the way back.
Bear in mind, he's only got so much running left in him.
He goes chugging all the way back to his own goal to say, right, look, this is how you do it. So he takes the goal kick, just pass it out. Okay, just don't hoof it. So he passes it to the defender, and obviously thinks he's got time to chug all the way back up there in position. And that defender just looks around and just boots it like that.
and then Neymar's hands on his hips.
Yeah.
Looks at him, hands on the hips. And it just cuts. It's a proper Curb Your Enthusiasm cut.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
I like the defender turn around and be like, you should have been up there, shouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to hit the number 9. For some reason, you're fucking back here.
Oh, superb.
Yeah.
All right, coming up after this, a Ramble listener prepares to take on a raft of former Premier League stars. Gentlemen, I've got an email here from Alex who says, hello, Ramblers. I know you guys mentioned Wythenshawe FC veterans on the show recently. Well, 4 games into the season, they've been dominating the Cheshire Veterans Premier Division with the likes of Papa Cisse, Stephen Ireland, Emile Heskey and Omar Niasse on the team. Next up for the Wythenshawe Globetrotters is a trip to West Didsbury and Chalobah Vets. Brackets, the team I play for.
I'd be so excited if this was me.
In the Lancashire FA Veterans Cup. There's a lot of admin. There's a lot of stuff to get your head around here, but I'm sure you're with us still. Now, Alex goes on to say, with us sitting 2 divisions below them, it's easy to see why many expect that we will be on the receiving end of their most spectacular trouncing yet. That's why I wanted to make an appeal to the Good Ship Ramble to lend your support to us plucky underdogs as we endeavour to claim some kind of victory this Sunday, brackets, even if it is one of the moral variety by restricting Papa Cisse to just a singular second-half hat-trick. So, I think we've got to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we all of us here at the Ramble, Alex, wish you all the best.
Didsbury and Chawton, lovely part of the world.
Is it?
Yeah,
Didsbury
very nice.
rules. Look, we hope that a miracle can happen.
Yeah, I mean, they have been absolutely tearing it up. There was a video recently of Papi Cisse looking like he's not even really trying, missing a penalty, scuffing a corner out while laughing, and then scoring 6 goals in one half when he feels like it.
Well, he missed a penalty,
I'll be
then
worried.
he missed a penalty, but then he did score 6 goals in the second half. Made
But
up for it, you might say.
I'd like to know what position Alex plays in, because if Alex is centre-back and going up against Papi Cisse, that would be a delicious follow-up email.
Well, imagine that
great.
you got big Heskey.
Yeah. He's Heskey's basically softening you up.
Yeah.
And Cisse scoring the goals.
Yeah. I honestly, Alex, do let us know how you get on. But everyone here at the Ramble wishes you all the best. And
I think if it's Heskey scoring the goals, I mean, hope is truly lost, because Heskey was never a prolific goal scorer.
That's
Even in his
harsh,
pot.
isn't
He wasn't.
come on.
He wasn't, though, was he? Vish, he wasn't a prolific.
You've fallen foul of the England rule.
I know.
Say what you want about Papa Cisse.
It's like my friend I used to work with he's a big film buff. He worked in the movies department at Sky, and his big thing was he said that he used to invoke this thing called the Bernie Mac rule. Any comedy movie with Bernie Mac in it can't be bad. And it's like Marcus, any point you can't make a point negatively about any players play for England.
Yeah.
What was Emile Heskey's goal scoring record for England?
It's not great, but
I'll tell you what it is off the top of my head. It's 59 appearances and I think 7 goals, and you can look that up.
I will look that up. Can someone look that up?
His-
I really want just one of those numbers to be slightly wrong.
His son scored an absolute fucking worldie for the England age groups the other day.
His sons are class, aren't they? They
2 of
came
them.
on at the same
The
time.
younger
Man
one, I
City.
think it's Regan, looks fucking brilliant.
All I want to suggest, though, Luke, you're going on about his England scoring record, is you're suggesting that if Emile Heskey gets a goal in the Lancashire FA Veterans Cup, the opposition are a disgrace.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, apparently 62 caps and 7 goals. There we go. 62 caps.
I mean,
I'll say three off.
Yeah, and it kind of
It's
helps
actually
you.
worse.
It's even worse,
ratio,
yeah. Thanks for that, though. Alex, listen, you've got to send a follow-up email next week. We need to know what happened. And we need to know it from your point of view, from the horse's mouth, as it were, as well.
Yes.
Because there'll be a lot of outlets out there that'll be unfair to you if it becomes a big story.
Yeah.
We'd like to hear it from your side of the fence.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anyway, Adrian's also been in touch. Hello to you, Adrian. He says, "Hi lads, I was a neutral attending the playoff final in Canada between Cavalry FC and home team Atletico Ottawa, which I'm sure you've seen, because the city was besieged by a blizzard during the game, and then we saw the stunning Icicle kick that caught the headlines."
Icicle kick.
What, have you seen the goal?
Yeah.
What a
That's
goal.
Great phrase.
How's he even seen the ball, let alone done that?
Brilliant.
I don't think he has. I think he's just done it. He's like, look, if I run away celebrating, they'll just assume it's gone
The ball
in.
to the back of the net.
Yeah.
He placed the ball in the back of the net 10 minutes before.
Yeah.
He said the game was wild. Adrian says the game was wild. The TV broadcast couldn't see the game at times due to the falling snow, and the referee had to stop the game multiple times so they could use shovels and snow blowers to clear snow off the touchlines and penalty areas. There was so much snow that there was an hour delay between the final whistle and the start of extra time, so they could bring a truck onto the pitch to plough the snow. Stay warm, lads. Hour.
Yeah.
The game was a barn burner. It was filled with slip, slides, missed kicks, weird bounces, and it was capital letters cold. I looked it up actually. I think it was -6 at the time the game was being played. So
the game shouldn't have been played.
It says a lot about my age.
There's no
Yeah.
justification for playing that game.
It says a lot about my age that when I read this, I thought, God, what a nightmare to get home.
oh mate,
Because I appreciate,
$175 a parking space.
I appreciate, countries like Canada are better equipped for dealing with that kind of weather, but still,
I mean,
days.
in New England, which I've spent a lot of time in, it is honestly incredible how good they are at dealing with the snow.
Yeah,
So I've been there before, where you're in the house watching a movie or something. You notice it's absolutely tipping it down with snow outside, and by the time you go to bed, there are like 6-foot drifts up against the house and stuff. When you get up in the morning to drive somewhere, the roads are perfectly clear. I mean, it's unthinkable in this country.
Yeah.
Unthinkable. They're so good at it. I think it's a network of like volunteer/night working ploughers that just get it all done. And the only thing you've got to do is your own driveway.
Yeah, but that's because, when you say it's unthinkable in this country, because that hardly ever happens.
Sure, absolutely. I'm not saying.
I'm just defending our
Don't
honour.
have a go at the country.
Yeah.
How long have you
I
been
know,
here?
sorry about that, yeah.
Right, apology
Yeah.
accepted. To be fair, Calgary to Ottawa is sort of roughly a 34-hour drive.
So the away fans aren't going to be that prevalent, is that what you're saying?
You
Fair
still have to
weather.
go home as a fan, don't you?
Yeah.
It's a long trip home.
Regardless of
That.
who you support.
Yeah, no, but even the home team, Mark, he's saying.
Yeah.
Even the home team.
I think
He was there as a neutral, Adrian.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it went ahead.
Yeah.
But it was. I just invite all of our listeners to look on it and think: do you have any sympathy with the view that game might have been called off?
I love the photo of Adrian. He's got included a selfie in the email, and he's got his hood up, and it's full of snow. His hood,
Yes,
absolutely full.
Well, and everywhere in that photo, it's snow.
But I guess there's a problem maybe with that part of the world, and I don't know. But possibly the problem is if you call it off. When you're going to play it, it's snowing all the time. Get on with it.
Yeah, in the summer, but then the World Cup's on.
You got to wait.
The World Cup's
You can
on.
have the finals in 6 months. See you then. Yeah. While I should have been listening to the stuff you were saying, I was actually looking up Cristiano Ronaldo and Ricky Martin. I did a Google search. And apparently Cristiano Ronaldo absolutely loves him.
Really?
Confirmed, especially the hit song Livin' La Vida Loca. According to Olympics.com,
Banger.
and in his early days in Madrid, he had a playful jibe with Manchester-based Oasis,
What?
your friends, Marcus, claiming they were, quote, no Ricky Martin. If anything is going to make you Team Messi, there's got to be that.
He is right. They are no Ricky Martin.
I don't know why I made the connection between Ronaldo and Ricky Martin, but it seems to be entirely accurate.
How well you know the man.
Yeah, they both wear little shorts, maybe.
Yeah.
Both look great with their tops off.
True.